Voice of the Nation, Fastbreak, alongside Jason Riley and Kevin Figures. My name is David Brickley. We continue the debates with Kobe Bryant as his 16-year career continues to break records that are just absolutely insane. But when it's all said and done, gentlemen, where is Kobe Bryant going to rank in NBA history, all-time best players?
I think, it's tough to say at this stage because obviously Kobe's still got a few good years with him. Maybe not elite years, but still good, decent years. So if he wins another championship or two, things could change. But right now, Kobe's definitely in my top 10 players of all time. Okay. But I don't put him in that elite top 5 group of untouchable guys.
Kobe barely made top 10 on the ESPN rankings this season. So it's very nice of you to put all time top 10. Kevin, where do you have him?
I'm in the same boat. I have him in the top 10. Probably just missing out on the top 5, but I mean, you look at names like Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Michael Jordan, Wilt Chamberlain. These are super elite, franchise, game-changing, league-changing players. And as great as Kobe Bryant is and was and will be for the next few years, league-changing, I don't know.
It's hard. It's so hard because it's hard to compare eras, right?
Right.
And obviously, Kobe in our generation, I think, is by far the best player. It's hard for me to speak on Magic and Kareem because I was born in '87. That's when they were at the prime and the peak of their careers. It's hard for all of us to speak on Bill Russell and Oscar Robertson. We simply did not see them play. You could have hearsay, you could watch highlights, but that doesn't tell you what that player was all about. But I think as far as my lifetime goes, Michael Jordan is head and heels above everybody. And Kobe Bryant's that number 2 guy for me. It's not Tim Duncan. It's not Malone. It's not these guys. It's Kobe Bryant because Michael Jordan obviously paved the way, but I think Kobe's the closest thing we've seen to Jordan since he retired.
Kobe, for me, though, he doesn't carry that air of invincibility that those guys did. When you think of Kobe, he lost a couple times in the finals. He had some rough years there where his team didn't even make the playoffs. Kobe's been beatable for a decent percentage of his career.
But isn't that everybody except Jordan? I know Jordan's 6-0, but a lot of other players have lost. I mean, those Laker teams lost against Boston. Those Larry Bird teams lost against the Lakers. I think we compared Kobe to Jordan because he was 6-0, which no other player really was.
The problem with that comparison is those teams back in the 80s with the Celtics and those teams beat up on each other.
Right.
The Pistons beat the Celtics. The Lakers beat the Celtics. The Lakers beat the Sixers. The Sixers beat the Lakers. All those teams played each other. Those were great teams. In 2000, the late 90s, there really weren't great teams per se. That Laker team shouldn't have lost to that Detroit Pistons team in 2004. No, we all know that. So I think that's kind of a chink in Kobe's armor, so that's what Jason is alluding to.
This is what irritates me about comparing these players. Because then someone will look at, well, that Orlando Magic team wasn't at full strength because you brought back Jameer Nelson. Sure. And Kobe didn't really play well in Game 7 against Boston. Championships are championships. Let's not sit here and critique. I mean, Kobe grabbed 15 boards. He did whatever he had to do, even though it was an off shooting night. He did what he had to do to beat Boston in Game 7. So I hate to compare this player against this player based on their performance in Game 5 of the NBA Finals or what have you.
Let me ask this question. This is something me and Kevin actually talked about earlier. Let's say the Lakers lose Game 7 to Boston on Kobe's 6 of 24. Are we sitting here right now putting Kobe even in the top 10, or does that totally destroy the argument?
Well,
and for me, it does because if Kobe loses that game, he loses 3 NBA Finals. He only has 4 championships. Anybody that's that close to the line of not being in the conversation to me isn't an elite player of all time.
If Jordan never comes back and doesn't win that second three-peat, is he even in the top 5? I mean, let's face it. I mean, obviously winning championships helps your resume.
Sure.
Eli Manning is now considered a guy that's going to be in Canton. Why? Because he beat Tom Brady. He's won 2 Super Bowls now. If Tom Brady would have won again, are we talking about Eli Manning being in the Hall of Fame? Probably not. So it's a good question to ask, but I think the more championships you win, obviously, the better your resume gets, and you keep on going up that list. Again, if Kobe wins 6 and 7 before it's all said and done, he wins a scoring title this year at age 33. Hell, man, he might be right behind Jordan at number 2. You never know.
It definitely helps his legacy. All subjective. It's a I was getting ready to say it's a subjective list no matter how you slice it. There's going to be a guy who saw Kareem or Wilt play and say no matter what Kobe Bryant does, he can win a championship in the next 4 years. He wasn't better than Wilt Chamberlain was.
Yep.
And that's they have to respect that opinion because, like you said, I didn't see Wilt Chamberlain play. I can't speak to that.
Right.
I know he was a dominant player. I can look at his numbers and say he scored 100 points and what have you.
But I will agree with you. The stats don't tell the whole story.
And they don't, but I'll agree with you. In our lifetimes, and we're all pretty young in here from what we've seen, Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, most likely 1 and 2 as far as the best players we've seen of the last 20 years or so.
I think we can all definitely agree on that. Kobe is right there in the last 15, 20 years. got to be top 3.
The thing is, I mean, he's played. I mean, a guy like Bird played 10 years, and he had a lot of back issues and got hurt.
Right.
Kobe Bryant is in his 16th season. It still seems like he has 2 or 3 years left on top.
Right.
And again, if at 33 years old in his 16th NBA season, he could win a scoring title.
And he's played more games.
Too.
He's played more physical games.
And if
than
he
Jordan.
wins another championship, a lot of people want to knock him for winning championship with Shaquille O'Neal. People don't knock Magic for winning with Kareem.
Sure don't.
People don't knock Michael for winning with Scottie. Right. I never got that about that whole argument. So he has won 5 championships, and he was a major reason. Without Kobe, Shaq doesn't win 3. Without Shaq, Kobe doesn't win 3. That's it.
Right.
First 3. All right, let's go ahead and throw it to Laker Nation, fellas. Where does Kobe Bryant rank all time? Top 10, top 5? Where do you have Kobe when his career is all said and done? Go ahead and comment below. Make sure to like this video and subscribe to this channel. For Kevin Figures and Jason Riley, my name is David.